is Long Way to the Top, and I'm your host, Shane Bryan. It has been 30 years of the soft and sexy sound of Dave Graney and the Coral Snakes, and on the end of a tour that started in October, Dave is heading to Launceston in 2 weeks' time. Dave Graney, welcome to the show.
Hello there. Thanks for inviting me on. Appreciate it.
Look, my pleasure. 30 years since since you actually got up on stage at the ARIA Awards in your hot pink crushed velvet suit and wig. And I think I heard you say, "The king is dead. Long live the king of pop." Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, I was in a bit of a shock. I wasn't expecting to win, and if I knew I was winning, I would have probably dressed a bit differently. But I was just sort of having fun, and I wasn't expecting to be on camera, and I'd been in the UK, and I was watching a TV show from the 60s called Jason King, where the guy had a really bouffant wig, and I went to a shop in Carnaby Street, swinging London, Carnaby Street, and I bought a pink suit, velvet suit from a shop called Rocker, and a pair of elevated shoes, platform shoes. And, I thought I was dressed like a rock singer should be. You seem to think I was dressed in a strange way, but, I think if you're in show business, you should make an effort to be flash.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be trying to look like a mechanic.
You were the flashiest one in the room. And look, I've got to say, you really, it was kind of expected from Dave Graney and the Coral Snakes, really, of that time. That was kind of, you were really blurring the lines between art and performance and persona at that time. So for you to get up like that was perfect. Yeah, well,
I wasn't expecting to be there. We just finished the next album when we were going to the UK to mix it. And and somebody said, "Oh, you should go to this." And I went along, and all the people nominated were equally deserving of winning. It's just like a lottery, really. And it was a significant event in my life, but only in ways that it's like otherwise my time in music has been quite subterranean.
Yeah.
And if I told someone I was a musician, they could say, "Well, I've never heard of you," but I could say, "Oh well, I actually won this award," well, and that would mean something to them, perhaps.
But you have really always had an underground sort of following, And I always look at you and compare you to say Nick Cave, where you've both got like this literary streak in your writing. It's all about storytelling.
Perhaps, he's a internationally, successful, guy who's going to tour enormous venues in January or something. Yes. I have great respect for Nick, and I think I'm more concerned with having a groove, and I'm more of an R&B guy, and I think I'm more informed by hip hop music and that kind of thing. Like I like things to be a little bit off kilter and kind of goofy in some ways. So Nick has this tremendous aura, and but sometimes it can be overbearing. He can't step out of it and be light. He can't have a light touch ever.
Whereas you're very light in everything that you do.
I can kind of do both. So. But I play to a much smaller audience.
Now
I do like music that has some bounce and groove to it. Yeah.
Now I think I saw you describe yourself as the storyteller of the undercurrent.
I don't know. I don't know whether I say that. I like my songs to be going off, sparking off. They're not so going from A to B. They're kind of a bit of a mixture of country music and R&B music.
Yes.
I think, just having a groove and using really street language. So,
Yes.
and I'm not often singing, about my pain or my blues or whatever. I'm singing about characters or places or just words on the street type stuff.
Now, you've got a new album coming out in 2026, all wrapped up and ready to be released?
We're just sort of finishing it now. It's for Claire Moore and myself, and it's called Laburnum of the Mind. Laburnum is a stop on the train line in Melbourne that I live in.
Yeah.
And it's not a suburb, it's just a stop. And it's often you're half asleep on the train and it stops at Laburnum and you wonder what happens in Laburnum, but Laburnum is nowhere. So, but it's a real rock album. So I'm very happy with it at this time in my life to be able to make a rock album.
Yeah, fantastic. Now you're heading to Tasmania, and it's not the first time you've been to Tassie. You performed here plenty of times before.
I think 2023 we came through and played in Launceston at the Royal Oak with our Night of the Wolverine tour. And the Soft and Sexy tour was a lot more kind of high energy and challenging for us to play. So we're looking forward to playing it. Yeah,
yes,
we're playing the album in one set in the original sequence of it. So it's like a strategy to work out how to play it, and it's how we originally thought. The importance of some songs were, and when it came out into the world, it was different. People heard one or two songs from it, but we're playing it in the original sequence, and then we do another set of rockers after that.
Yeah, and travelling as always with your partner Claire Moore. She is.
Yeah, Claire and I have played together since the late 70s. We have the original Coral Snakes guitarist Rod Hayward and keyboard player Robin Castaneda, and Stu Thomas is playing with us on bass. Yeah.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Now, of course, you're not just doing Royal Oak on the 28th of November. That's next Friday night, not this Friday. You're also doing Ulverston as well.
Yeah, we played that wonderful venue in Ulverston last time. It was on the night that I think the Matildas were shooting penalty shots, and I remember we had to wait until they finished that before we went on, because the entire
world,
they were in another room looking at the screen. Yeah, so we had to wait. It was quite a spectacular night, but it's really, really good venue there in Ulverston. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Where can we get tickets from? Your website is the best.
I think there's all over the internet. If people put in, Dave Graney and the Coral Snakes, Royal Oak or Ulverston, they'll be able to find it. Yeah. Yeah,
fantastic. Well, looking forward to seeing you hit the stage with the Soft and Sexy sound, and one of my favourite albums. I've got to say, I think it probably because it was just such a different and, dare I say, intense album as well.
Thank you. Yes. We've been finding our way into it to be really richly rewarding, because we didn't play half of it when it came out. And it's quite so many different kind of genres on it. Yeah, thank you for those kind words.
No worries. Looking forward to seeing you on stage. Get your tickets from, like you said, just search for Dave Graney and the Coral Snakes, Royal Oak, next Friday, 28th of November. Dave, thank you for joining me on the show. Hit plus or follow to subscribe to the podcast, and head over to Facebook at The Long Way to the Top Podcast and give us a like. Keep on rocking, and I'll catch you on the next episode of Long Way to the Top.